My name is Sherry Vrugdenhill, licensed mental health counselor. I'm here to talk to you today about how resiliency factors and effective use of coping skills are essential for children in dealing with stress that they face on a day-to-day basis. So let's start with resiliency. Resiliency factors are essentially one's ability to be able to adapt to stressors, adversity, or those natural life transitions that we all have to navigate. In other words, resiliency is essentially our ability to bounce back in the face of adversity and to end up being a stronger and healthier individual. Resiliency is important for all of us because we face a variety of stressors in various situations. We have academic stress, relationship stress, and even small difficulties that we face in the workplace. But even young children face stress on a day-to-day basis, be that at home, in the school setting, or with their peers on the playground. So it's essential that children have resiliency factors in that they're able to recognize those particular strengths and pull from those to deal with those stressors. And being able to do that bolsters their ability to face the stressors as they interact with them on a day-to-day basis. And this foundation gives them tools then that they can continue to use through their middle school years, on into adolescence, and then continuing on into adulthood. But what's great to know is that resiliency isn't just innate things that we're born with. They're actually things that can be taught, reinforced, and fostered through parental guidance. Parents can do a lot in fostering their children's resiliency. The biggest thing you can do is spend time with your child and have the child begin to identify their own personal strengths. Talk with your children. Ask them what they like about themselves, what they're good at, and how those strengths help them on a day-to-day basis. Another thing parents can do is to aid a child in developing healthy family relationships with you as parents, with their siblings, with aunts and uncles, with grandparents. And then through those relationships, show your children how to develop those healthy dynamics with their peers and with other adults that really do reinforce those positive messages that you're giving to your children at home. Lastly, it's key that you empower your child to stop comparing themselves to others. We're all different. We all have strengths, and that's what makes us all resilient. But more importantly, begin to teach your child coping skills. Encourage them to use things that they do naturally, and show them how those skills help navigate through stressful situations in childhood. So let's spend some time talking about coping skills. Coping skills are essentially a combination of those things that we think, as well as things that we do that help us to manage those difficult situations that we face. Coping skills are actually used even on a day-to-day basis when we're navigating through life's expected and often unexpected changes. Coping skills are wonderful because they can help us manage strong emotions. They can help us monitor and gauge how we should respond in difficult situations. And most importantly, especially for children, coping skills enable them to be able to break down what feels like monumental tasks in the moment into more smaller, manageable pieces that they feel that they can appropriately tackle. Coping skills come in a variety of sizes and shapes. Oftentimes, coping skills in adults can look like learning how to manage your time wisely or financial budgeting. But for children, they actually can be smaller and more specific. You might find that when your child is stressed, they like to cuddle their teddy bear. We'd encourage that. Another thing you might see as a coping skill in children is coloring in their favorite coloring book, spending time with their friends on a playground, or even journaling and writing a short story. Coping skills are essentially those tools that help the child feel more relaxed so they can better manage in the day-to-day. The ability to use coping skills is so essential for children. Even starting as young as kindergarten on through the middle school years, children will face a variety of stressors in the classroom, at home, and with their peers. And in those stressors, they're going to face numerous different emotions. Some of these more difficult emotions might be anger, worry, or fear. And with those difficult emotions, when left unchecked, a child can feel completely out of control. But through the effective use of coping skills, not only are they able to address the emotion that they're feeling, but then they're able to channel that into an effective way to deal with the problem at hand. Being able to do this in childhood really does build a solid foundation, increase their self-esteem, and help them improve their own ability in tackling stressful situations. Coping skills are actually things that children use from a very young age, and they come across them naturally. So one thing you can do as parents is begin to notice those and foster those as your child continues to grow.